Hey guys, welcome back to Laconian Concepts. I know it's been a minute since I put out a video, and there are some good reasons on my end for that, mostly work, family, house, that sort of stuff. But I do have a couple projects that I've been working on, as well as at least 2 to 3 trip videos that is like 30 to 40 gigs of just raw video that I'm kind of compiling. So those should be coming out shortly, but I wanted to just get something out. And I've been talking about a few different philosophy videos for a while. So today, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get a little kind of shelter set up here for me to hang out and sit down, and then we'll start our talk. But I found a cool new beer that I'm gonna try while we talk. It's called Ride the Spiral. It's a local brewery, Silver City out in Silverdale, Washington. I've had a bunch of their beers. They are very good. I actually had a friend that used to work there, but this is a double IPA with pineapple and orange. The label looked kind of cool, and it's a Fibonacci spiral, or like basically like a shell, but the pineapple and orange got me, so we'll be testing that today. Let me get set up here, and then we'll get talking. All right, see you in a few. All right, so to the philosophy video. There's the 2 schools of thought, and maybe there's a third, I don't know. But today we're just going to be discussing the 2, and that is wearing layers while sleeping in your sleep system, or wearing no layers. I happen to fall into the wear your layers while sleeping camp, and my main reason is I tend to go foul weather camping or cold weather camping quite a bit. I see a lot of benefits to it. Number one, most important, the wife doesn't want to go when it's cold, so it's kind of open season. Number 2, around here it's kind of a no permit. A lot of the places are really competitive that are very cool, but there's no permits required when it's off season, just because fewer people go because it's cold. The third main reason is that there are fewer people and fewer bugs, so it's just like, and the bugs is really nice, but it's just like you kind of get the place to yourself more often than not anyway, at least for a stay in the night. People will day hike. There's a lot of adventurous people around here, but just for the day hikers, like they kind of leave and then you got the place all to yourself. So because of that, I tend to take a lot of layers, because once you stop moving, you get really cold, especially if you're like me. I'm a profuse sweater, and I'm working real hard if I'm snowshoeing or whatever, but once I get to camp, I'll kind of like, start steaming, start drying off, and then really quickly I get cold because I'm not moving anymore. And even though I run pretty hot, I don't like being cold. So I'll usually bring a silk layer. I do a synthetic layer. I'll do sometimes like an insulative fleece layer, and then I'll often do my down layer, and then sometimes a shell over that, conditions dependent. So I guess the idea with that is that I'm already bringing all of that stuff anyway. Why would I carry all of it and not utilize it? And this allows me to do 2 things, and this is kind of the crux of why I like doing it this way. If I'm already bringing everything, then I say I can save the weight on insulation layers in my sleep system and maybe go with a little bit lighter, smaller, more packable sleep system than I would have if I was going to sleep in minimal or no clothing. All of that said, it's, I'm pretty big on modularity if you've watched at least one of my videos. It allows you, while you're sleeping, if you get too hot, which I frequently will get too hot, get too cold, you can shed individual layers instead of being stuck with one sleep system, because it's not always 40 degrees outside. It's not always 27 degrees outside. It'll vary. I've had the first night be in the 20s, so below freezing, and then I've had the second night be 40 in the same place. So I like the ability to take off a layer if I get too warm. I like the ability to add a layer if I get too cold. The other thing that I really like about this side, like my opinion about this philosophy, is that, say it's only 40 degrees out, which is, it's on the chillier side, and I get wet in what I'm in. I've got some extra clothing that I can wear, and I won't be comfortable necessarily, but I have extra clothing that I can wear to keep myself insulated a little bit, which is better than not having it at all. And that just affords me some, like I said, kind of insurance policy, flexibility, whatever you want to call it. But that's kind of my main reason. So, some reasons why you may want to only sleep in either, like I said, like a base layer or naked, or like in underwear, is if you only have one sleep system to choose from. So go back a few videos, I did a breakdown of my sleep system, and you can see that one, it's maybe a little bit lighter weight insulation than most people would choose for the seasons that I go frequently, but you'll see that it's got many pieces to it where I can add and subtract from that as well. Say you only have one sleeping bag and it's a, we'll call it a 0 degree bag, and you're gonna go in the summer, and maybe you sleep cold, so that it's not like overkill for you, but it's probably a little bit much to be wearing layers on top of that. Well, if you've only got the one sleep system, then it makes more sense to take all your layers off when you're not gonna need them, when you're insulated by the sleeping bag. So that, I think, is probably the main reason why someone may want to. And so another would be that maybe it's too constrictive or uncomfortable for you to wear so many layers while you're sleeping. I know some people have some like constrictive issues. I really like mummy bags. Like, I like to be cocooned up in there. I just, I get cozy. And some people, that's the main reason why they like overquilts instead of a mummy style bag, is it affords them some, kind of elbow room. So that might be another reason. It's too constrictive for you. You just don't like feeling all bundled up. And I can see that being an argument to say that you'd prefer not to layer up when you sleep. And then I think lastly, a really simple reason, maybe you like the feel of that kind of like smooth, silky, I know some people do silk sheets, it's like maybe it's just a preference that you like the way that it feels. And maybe to go even further than that, maybe that's how you sleep at home. So real simple. So I could see those all being reasons that you may want to shed the layers when you sleep. That being said, I don't think I'm going to change anytime soon. I think about the only time that I don't really layer up is in the summer, and usually a lot of places that I go in the summer do get cool at night too, so there is that. But, things are always changing, and that's why I like modularity. Go figure. So that kind of brings this video to a close. I probably rambled on for longer than I wanted to, but like I said, I wanted to get something real short and quick out that I've been talking about for a while, let you guys know I'm still alive, and kind of tell you I'm coming back with a vengeance, and I've got a lot of good content. Also, a couple other little announcements. I got a GoPro Hero9. That's what this is being filmed on right now, which is a game changer for me. That was one of the hang-ups, is not to bore you with my personal problems, but I overloaded my phone with video footage, and I didn't have enough space to edit the videos that were on my phone. And then I had some computer troubles trying to get it off my phone. My phone is too new, my computer's too old, long story. Anyway, this is kind of a game changer because it's got removable storage, and I want to do a special thanks to my buddy AJ. The enchantments video that is going to be coming out shortly, he let me borrow his GoPro Hero, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I was like, that's what I need. So also thanks Mom and parents-in-law, and because they all chipped in and got it for me for my birthday. So yeah, if you've made it this far, you know how this goes. I really appreciate even just watching the video. I'd really appreciate it if you could like the video and go down in the comments, do me a favor, tell me what you prefer to sleep, either naked or very lightly clothed, or if you choose to sleep in your layers. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.